Welcome, and thank you for taking the time to watch this demonstration of the MTBC EHR version 5.0.04. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the new features. We begin from the home screen and we'll go right into the appointments. Clicking on appointments will open up the scheduler for today. Let's go ahead and retrieve a patient and go directly to their charts. Once we have a patient's chart section open, we can go ahead and click New to open a new chart and take a look at some of the new features in this update. Clicking New will now take you directly into the print screen. The print view has been completely redesigned and allows you to do a lot more from the final note view. Here, we've already brought over previous items from the patient's chart, including allergies, past medical problems, immunizations, past procedures, hospitalizations, and more. Let's go ahead and use the new menu on the left to document an HPI. Clicking on HPI will take us into the HPI section. However, we now have a new feature of using HPI templates. Click on History of Presenting Illness to open the new template controls. Here we have a series of categories on the left-hand side which can be expanded to select a template from within that category. Once you select a template, the text of that template will appear in the top section of the template control. The bottom section provides a preview for the material that you're about to enter. To begin using this template, simply click on a sentence to activate that specific phrase. Here we want to say that the patient presents today with complaints of fatigue, constipation, and weight gain, which started 2 weeks ago. We can also click to activate other sentences. The symptoms are gradual in onset, moderate in intensity. The patient reports fever, sleepiness, inability to concentrate, and hearing impairment. Once we make a selection for a sentence and a specific pick list within that sentence, the EMR will automatically put in the commas and the spacing that's required so that it is a readable sentence. To activate the next sentence, simply click on that sentence and then choose from the red highlighted items of your pick list. Here, if we want to say that there is history of congenital abnormalities and thyroid surgery, we simply click on those items to bring them into our record. If we've made a mistake and we no longer want to select that item, simply double-click to remove that from your selections. If you want to add a new item to this list, simply place a slash and then enter your item. Once you've entered your item, you can click on it to add it to your list. Placing items within slashes will automatically add that as a pick list item. Let's go ahead and add a new sentence. Put your cursor at the end of your paragraph and begin typing. The patient has a history of diabetes, hypertension, chest pain. If these are our available items, we'll place them within parentheses and we'll separate the items with slashes. We'll close our sentence with a period, and now this becomes a fully functioning pick list item. Let's go ahead and activate this sentence and choose diabetes and chest pain. The entry that I've just made will be remembered as part of my template for future use. When you've made the selection, click Save to save this as part of your template. If you want to add another item to this patient's HPI for today, simply choose another template and begin selecting your sentences in the same fashion. The patient presents today with complaints of irritability and sweating, which started about at the same time 2 weeks ago. The patient also reports changes in sleep or appetite, changes in bowel and bladder habits, and there is history of stressful events, withdrawal of addictive substances, and chronic medical problems. If we want to go ahead and describe those chronic medical problems, we can place our cursor in the preview at the bottom of the page and begin typing. Once we've made our selection and we're happy with our HPI, we can click Apply to add this to this patient's template for today. To continue on with the chart, you can click OK to close the HPI window and make another selection. For example, if you want to edit the allergies, you can click on the Allergies heading, or you can click on the Allergies section on the left-hand side of the screen. If you have a window open, you can close that window and go to the next selection simply by clicking on that item from the menu on the left-hand side of the screen. Let's go to today's review of systems. Here, on the Review of Systems section, we have many options to enter Review of Systems for today. We can use a previous review of systems by clicking on Previous ROS and examining the reviews of systems which have been entered previously. We can double-click on that item to reuse the review of systems from that day. If, however, we want to enter a new review of system, we can simply use the review of system templates which already exist. Click Denies All to mark all of the items as denied. Or, to mark an item as a complaint, simply click the Complaint option and add any comment that you like in the comments box. We've now added a preview at the bottom of the screen so that you can see the review of system in real time as you make your selections. Items which are marked as complaints will automatically show up in bold so that they're easier to read on the final print view. Once you've finished making your selections, go ahead and click OK to preview your final entry. There have also been changes to the physical exam components. Click on PE to access the physical exam. Here, you can mark an item as complete simply by selecting. Here, you can enter a physical exam in the same manner by clicking on Previous Physical Exam and then selecting the exams from that day, or by going through the physical exam templates. Here, when we click on the first item, when we click on an item from the physical exam, it will automatically populate the default values. If we want to document an abnormal value for a specific component, we can simply choose that item and replace our default value with customized text. This will also update the preview below in bold to show the abnormal value. The great thing about the new physical exam components is when you document an abnormal value, it will automatically save that abnormal value and remember it for previous entries. Let's take a look at how this works. Click OK to save this physical exam, and let's close out today's chart and go to another patient. We'll go to the charts for James Smith, and we'll click on New to begin documenting a new visit. Let's go directly to the physical exam and see if the system has remembered our component for hearing physical exam. Here, when we pull down the drop-down menu for hearing loss, we can see that the system has remembered that we've previously used the option for slight hearing loss in right ear. If we were to say that there's slight hearing loss in the left ear, the system will also remember this new entry. And if we go to another patient's chart, and we want to document hearing loss, we'll have options now for right ear and left ear. The system will automatically remember any entries that are placed in these fields, and it will sort the fields by frequency of use. so that if you find you're documenting hearing loss more than you're documenting slight hearing loss more than you're documenting complete hearing loss, the options for slight hearing loss will be placed farther at the top of this list than the other entries for complete hearing loss. Again, any item that you type as an abnormal value in the physical exam will automatically be remembered for future use, and you no longer need to type that item for any patient. The print view of the chart also allows you to sign, complete, and co-sign records directly from the final note view. You can forward these records on to other users, and you can print and fax those records right from here. Let's go back to the home screen and take a look at some of the other changes that are included in this update. One of the major items that we've updated is the patient documents section. Click on the patient documents from the home screen widget or from the top menu bar. Once the patient documents section is open, we can see the documents that are assigned to us. We can flip through the pages. And if we want to save this document and sign it, we can simply mark the document that we want to sign and then click the Sign button. This will do a number of things at the same time. It will automatically remove our name from the Assigned To section. It will mark the document as closed, so it's no longer in progress, and it will remove the document from our Documents inbox. To edit a document and assign comments or forward it to another user, double-click on the document of your choice and assign the user that you'd like to handle this document going forward. We'll go ahead and assign this document to the nurse and remove our login from the Assigned To option. Let's go ahead and use a document template to simplify the typing of comments. Here we want to say that these are abnormal results and we should call the patient in for an appointment. Once I've made my selection, I'll go ahead and hit Save and Close, and now we can see that this document is no longer assigned to the user that's logged in. To see a full list of the changes that have been included in this update, go to the Help menu and click on About Us. There, you'll find a link for the version history. Click on the link for the View version history and read about all of the exciting changes in this update.